Alright guys, so this might sound a little strange, but believe it or not, Apple is already working on their next major update, iOS 27. And I have some great news to share with you guys in regards to what Apple is expected to do with their next major release. Now, before we talk about iOS 27 and some of the latest news, I do want to talk about the current software. For beta testers out there, iOS 26.2, currently sitting in beta 3. I know you're looking forward to the fourth beta, but I want to go into the feedback application. Apple has left a note here mentioning no feedback will be processed from November 22nd through the 30th. They'll be back in the office December 1st. Now, this could mean that Apple is taking a break altogether, and we might not see the fourth beta until perhaps the first week of December. Obviously, I'll keep you guys posted. Stay tuned here to the channel for more details on that. So the next beta for iOS 26.2, beta 4, could release perhaps next week. Stay tuned for that. Now let's talk about the next major release, iOS 27, and some of the great news that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, the first beta for iOS 27 won't become available until next summer. The first or second week of June, Apple will host WWDC, their Worldwide Developers Conference, and that is when we'll see the first beta for iOS 27. But again, as I mentioned, we already have some good news in regards to what Apple is planning for their next major operating system. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the health application. So right now, I use the health application for sleep tracking and so much more. It appears that Apple is working on a new personalized AI assistant tool and service for the health application to help you achieve goals and give you personal recommendations. And I'm all for this. So I do a lot of sleep tracking and so much more with the health application every single day. And I think having a personalized AI assistant for recommendations to improve some of my health metrics, I think will be great. So yeah, Apple is now working on this new service that's set to be coming to the health application with iOS 27. Now, with iOS 27, Siri is also expected to get a new look. Now, look at this right here. This icon is Apple's internal sales AI, named ASA. Now, this is Apple's sales assistant. This is a Siri-like assistant for sales, as you can see right there, and that is what the icon looks like. So according to Mark Gurman, Siri will get a new interface or a new look for iOS 27. Now keep in mind that Apple recently updated the Siri UI, wrapping around the edges of the display, so we're not exactly sure what the new Siri look may look like, but hey, it looks like Siri once again will get another refresh with iOS 27. But it gets even better. After iOS 26 major overhaul, Mark Gurman says that Apple's plans for iOS 27 is a snow leopard-like year with major focus on quality versus new features and a lot of AI. So according to Mark Gurman, next year's major operating system, iOS 27, the main focus will be fixing bugs and improving performance for iOS 26. So with iOS 26, I think Apple has done a pretty good job so far with iOS 26.1 going into 26.2, but it looks like the major focus next year will be a lot of the bug fixes, a lot of the performance enhancements, fixes to liquid glass and improvements to liquid glass overall. So I'm all for that. Obviously, hopefully we'll get improved performance across the board, improved battery life, and it looks like next year will be the year, according to Mark Gurman, that Apple will be focusing on quality versus features. Now, obviously, we'll get some new features and changes within the operating system and a lot of different things within the OS, but the main focus will be the stability of the software, which I'm all for. And there you guys have it. That about brings it into this video. I hope you found this information helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.